Okay, let's just walk through our diagram. We have 10.4.0.0/16, and both our AD server and Exchange server are using 10.4.0.0/16 and pointing gateway to .1. And we also have installed our email gateway using two interfaces. Management interface is 10.4.1 and our data interface is 10.4.2/24, as you can see in the diagram. And we will move the MX record from our MTA server to our email gateway. For both incoming and outgoing, we are going to change our MTA connector to send our email through our email gateway too. Let's just do it. Part 1, we are set up service on our management and data interfaces. In part 2, we are configuring a new relay policy because I wanted to test both incoming and outgoing email in the same listener. You see many configuration or features configuration here. You can turn on encryption, authentication, DKIM, or SPF verification. And now let's add our new relay policy into our listener. And we have accept an email and send it through our MTA server by configuring the sender to point to our MTA server here. You can search for ESA email flow on Google and take a deeper look at how it works by reading the Cisco user guide and going through the email pipeline flow. In part 3, we are adding our SMTP route through our email server. In part 4, for the cloud license, you will have to generate a VLN on your smart account and obtain token. And after that, you will need to enable smart license on the ESA and place the token on the ESA. And if there is a bug preventing it from pulling your license, you need to log in to the CLI to execute the re-register command. Remember, a license is required if you use a virtual ESA. In part 5, we are changing our MX record to our ESA. In production, you will need to pause a work queue and suspend the listener before performing this step. And I also recommend configuring SPF and PTR records if you wanted to test with a Google domain. In part 6, enable message tracking. When initializing ESA, we need to turn on the message tracking feature. If you use a local system, select local. If you have SMA, select centralized. And this is also important when you have a problem with any connection with the ESA. Make sure that you control your firewall properly, and there's a guide that can tell you what service and port you can use. So now I have sent an email from my Gmail account to my own domain, Robusec. and it was successful. In part 7, we will change our MTA connector to point to our ESA and test sending email out. Let me just restart the transport service on the MTA again. We can see that we have an email from my own domain with MID free sending out through Gmail. And that's it for this EP, guys. I'll see you later.